Hey, look at that. We're streaming. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday. What is it? The 21st of February. It's still cold. It's cold here in California, but sunny, so it could be worse. We might fly around a bit in California. I don't know. I haven't decided. As usual, just getting the stream started, just settling in, turn on the lights, camera action, put my mic in the way here, got myself a freshly poured glass of Diet Coke there. Here, get on headphones for this part. That's the all natural sound of bubbles. I don't know what you call it actually all natural. I mean, it's Diet Coke, you know. I'm sorry. I got to push the FIFA. I'm a brand ambassador for Diet Coke, not an official brand ambassador. Oof, just in my own mind. You know what I mean? It's sad, really. But no, Diet Coke definitely part of the show. We got that together. I'm pretty stocked up. I bought a 24 pack like a week ago, maybe 10 days. So I'm working through that. That's the only way to get it. Other than that, it's these days it's actually kind of too expensive to buy like even a 12 pack. Talk about Diet Coke all day, really. But then we wouldn't get to the flying, the brain games, and the music. Oh man, I just realized I misspelled guitar. That's not good. I don't cotton to that. I mean, I can fix it there. Hold on one second here. I can fix it. I can fix it here too. Edit. Where's my edit button? Right, there's a weird. Oh yeah, stream settings. There it is. Guitar. Jeez. Who proofread this? Who proofread this today? Apparently, no one till just now. All right, so we're back on track with the spelling. Hey, I'm in no hurry to get started. I got plenty of time, at least 2 hours. I like to just kind of sit here and talk aimlessly and endlessly for about 6, 7, 8 minutes. And that's on top of the 2.5 minute intro we run. You know, it's the same kind of stream every time. I'm going for that level of consistency. But I like to check to make sure the Himalayan salt lamp is turned on. I got the glitch sign. My synthesizer rig in the back, which I got to get working on. Oh yeah, the beautiful Bluetooth control. It is powered up, as you can see by the glowingness of it. It's a nice controller too. You really need a controller. I don't have my throttle quadrant right here, but if I decide I need it for today, I'll bring it in. I can always plug it in. You can't normally tell I'm doing. Anyway, yeah. So let's see. We're gonna fly around for like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. I don't know. Haven't decided. I don't like to decide in advance. If anybody has anywhere where they would like to see on the planet, let me know right now. Now's your chance. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, as usual, you know, sometimes people do. Usually people don't. That's fine. I can just spin the globe, basically. At what plane we fly in, I don't know either. But then there'll be the big brain games, and then there's a short break. Today is a guitar day. So yesterday was bass, right? So today's a guitar day. Hey, I wanted to show you. I don't know if you're here, Hobie Gal, but I got this mute thing here. This I guess they call it fret wraps, Ernie Ball mute thing, and I'm just kind of figuring out how to get it. I guess you got to put it on kind of soft. Oh yeah, this is my fancy cheap guitar, which I'll play later. But this is kind of on. So you don't have to palm mute. Can't really tell that I'm not palm muting because you can't see my palm. Here, hold on a second. I know I can do this. Watch. I'll just stand up. You can actually see what I'm doing on the guitar. So it's got this mute here. So when the strings are open, they're kind of dead, and you can't really tell. Normally you'd be palm muting a lot. So I'm kind of liking it. Anyway, we'll do some of that, more of that during the guitar segment. We have a cat issue at this point. Oh yeah, and I also got the pool noodle or mute noodles. You know, it's not really a pool noodle. Apparently, you put that, and it shows how to use it. I haven't tried it yet, but I think this will be really good for the. This will be good for the. Hello, Mo. Say hi to the camera. Say hi to everybody. That's the kitty cat right there. That's the kitty cat right there. Oh, he needs a lot of attention today. He just wanted to show himself off on the camera. And he's out of here. He's fine. Yeah, so I got the thing that I think I want to try the mute or that little rubber thing on my bass next time we do bass, which is going to be not tomorrow. It'll be Monday, and for the Norah Jones songs, because I feel like she has used as an acoustic. The guy is doing a stand-up bass thing, so those Norah Jones songs. Will be really cool, but I haven't even taken out of this thing out of the package yet. These are like $5 or $6, right? On Ernie Ball. It's basically a little rubber piece that hooks on the strings and just damps them out. But I think for certain kinds of music that are green, Every Breath You Take. Oh, that's a hard one too. Every Breath. I think Green Onions is, of course, is jazz, purely jazzy. If I remember correctly, those are bouncy tunes. I've been afraid to take on Every Breath You Take, but I should try it. It's fast, and what he's a bass player. You know what I mean? The writer of the song, so it's very much a bass song. All those Police songs really are. All they really had was bass guitar and singing. Which was my nails are way too long. All right, I've been stalling. I don't know why I'm stalling. There's no reason. I got it booted up here. I got ready to go. I got the controller. Let's get going. Do I have any interesting notifications? I don't think so. No, same old notifications. I don't know what's happening in this game. It doesn't matter. Even if the game never changes, improves, or anything, I got millions of years of content. Let's see. What are we gonna fly today? Not that. Something that we don't fly too often. This is a pretty new. It's nothing fancy, but it's relatively new. I got to drive around in the cart sometime to learn how to do that correctly. Certain areas are better than others. Or there's always the Saab B117A. There's so many fun choices. I've got like 150 planes in my fleet. So no, I feel like taking out something a little more strange. I almost feel like taking out the icon today. People are always impressed that it's a real plane, and you get these the flexibility of taking off and landing on either air or land or water. It's been a while. We don't have a lot of great liveries for it. We got that black one, right? Or that's that livery, right? And then there's the default one. It's too bad. I think there is a livery pack for it, right? There's marketplace button. But nah, I'm fine. The black one is wild. All right. So now just we can spin the globe. Doesn't matter where we go. I wanted to check out Nepal because we haven't been there in a while. I don't think the icon will operate from there, but we do want to go there sometime. I haven't been back to Lukla. We paid money for that. It's where is it? It's like around here. Is it this area? Or is it over here? It's around here somewhere. I could find it, but we'd have to be in a different plane. All right, but somewhere else. Somewhere interesting. I don't know. Oh, yeah, we haven't flown around Singapore too recently. Wonder what it's like down there. It's nighttime. Shanghai doesn't look great. Hong Kong's so-so. Singapore looks better. It's like, and there's like Bangkok. All these places are all nice. And yeah, Singapore's way down here, right? All these places are also exotic and interesting sounding to me. So, you know what I mean? And Singapore offers a lot of opportunities to land on the waterfront area. And it's nighttime there. It's the middle of the night. So we're going to make it daytime just for fun. Let's see. Where do we take off from? What is this little airport from? There's a little 9,000 feet there. What's this thing? I'm just looking at all these little things. 6,000 feet. We do not need... That's a big one. There's a bunch of airports in this area. Let's see. We want to check out this area down here and all this area. It looks like there's a lot of... Oh, there's a carrier. There's a carrier out there. And there's a military airstrip. Like on an island. I felt like starting there. And, you know what I mean? We're going to make it daytime. Cold starting? Why not? It's pretty easy. Just push a few buttons. That's part of the whole appeal of the flying. Okay, yeah, we changed the flight conditions right from here, right? Let's make it like daytime. But other than that, we will leave it normal flight. You know, some planes are better for night flying than others, and most of these, for some reason, don't have good night instrumentation systems or lighting systems. Some of them, like the gyro, the auto gyro is a great plane, but literally you can't fly it at night because it's bugged because of most of the instruments lighting is burned out. I mean, I wonder if that's a bug just on mine though. I wonder if I have to do the repair thing. Boy, it still has this weird bug when you get really close to a plane and the frame rate just goes to crap. That's not indicative of the sim, just the way it's always been. All right, so we're in the Icon A5. I believe there's a master power button somewhere. It's not the magneto, right? There's a master power switch. Let's see if I remember where it is. Oh, I gotta make sure this is open. Okay, parking brake is on. I mean, the parking brake is on. Is there like a fuel valve? Oh, yeah, we may not be getting good frame rates today. Yeah, we want fuel valve on. Okay, where are we? Where is my main power button here? Where is it? I kind of forgot. Oh yeah, master. It's kind of hard to see. It's right there. Master on. Now things will start to fire up. Turn on your strobes and some of your lights. Let's see, that's all good. Landing gear is good. Transponder standby. Radio is on. That's all coming up. Click the map button. There we go. We're going to head. This is the Singapore area, so it should be interesting. I've done it a few times. Did I just win a race? I did. 420 points. I won a big race for 420 points. Hold on, I got to say something to this guy. Uh, 420 points, best points. On-screen celebration. Party hat. There you go. For that win. I like to tip the marble or when I win a marbles game. All right. Hey, you're doing multiple stuff while you're trying to stream. All right, let's stream. Right. Engine started. Beautiful. Yeah, the frame rate is not doing well. Let me see what it's indicating here. Oh yeah, what I really need to do is see if I'm filling up my memory is the issue. So I'm gonna bring up my task manager. Let's see what it's looking like. Should be okay. Should be okay. We'll have to see once we get moving a bit. All right, so we're gonna talk on the radio and we're gonna ask for permission. Oh yeah, here, permission. Tune the traffic. We're gonna head out. Don't matter. Taxi.
Whiskey Sierra Sierra India traffic. KNSH 909er is taxiing to runway 27.
Where is the runway? It's right
Whiskey
there.
Sierra Sierra India.
We're on the grass, so it's a little hard for us to get a little traction here. Hello? I'm pushing it. I think we're stuck. Yeah, we're stuck. Oh, there we go. We're just on a weird piece of terrain there. We're fine. It's at the frame rate I'm a little worried about. It's not. It is not performing correctly. Simulation is not performing correctly. We may have to restart with a different game. No, we're gonna fly. We'll be fine. Okay, trim to there. We want trim up to here. Oh, sorry, parking brake. Trim is takeoff. Trim is very negative. Not that negative. Still negative. Flaps to the mid position for takeoff. Now it's takeoff. Depart straight out. I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes frame rate wise.
Traffic. KNSH 9er, 9er, 9er. Taking off runway 27. Departing straight out. Whiskey Sierra, Sierra, India.
All right, full power. Maintain straight down the runway. Whoop. Crosswinds. Gotta crab it a bit here. There we go. That's fine. What do we got here? All right, gear up. I don't know about that trim setting. Yeah. Engine back down to idling. Looks like we got a million ships out here. We're gonna head. If I remember, it's east to get to Singapore. So the other way. So we're gonna turn here. But it looks like we have a lot of shipping activity here, an unusually large number. But the frame rate is not picking up, and it's also showing them upright, not available. That's always a good sign. Oh gosh, boy, we are having problems today. Wow, it's 10 times. It's not gonna get any better. It is not gonna get better, if anything. Wow, that's not acceptable. What is it showing here? It should be fine. My GPU is loafing, CPU is loafing. There's no reason why it shouldn't be 150 frames per second. I'm gonna check my graphics settings. You know what I mean? Because hold on a second here. You know what I mean? I've never seen it. I've streamed for like 600 times. It's never been that bad. Let's just see what I have for graphics here. Maybe I need to tone it down a bit. Okay. Display mode, full screen. I don't even know what that is. This is normal. That's all fine. This looks good. DLSS. See, everything seems real slow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart, I think. It's like not responding at the correct speed. It's weird. And it's not related. Everything is super fucked up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just restart and see what happens. Or maybe we'll run 2020. But cause yeah, you know what I mean? Terrible frame rate. I want to see if regular Flight Simulator the old Flight Simulator has that issue. I don't know. Maybe it's also, it could be dependent on graphics drivers. And I have had some issues with some of the graphics drivers. Graphics driver updates. Ooh. Did I start this hype train? Golden Cap hype train? I don't know, but I don't think so. I'm definitely in a Golden Kappa train as well as getting some points from this guy. I'm having a good time though. We'll see if we don't get flying still the rest of the stream to be scuffed. Whole stream could be stuffed. Don't even care. There's like hundreds more. 600 in the tubes. They can't all be winners or even mediocre. All right, this is a different game entirely. But I kind of want to go to the same place. We have the same plane too. You know what I mean? I just want because that's a standard plane that's in 2020 as well. So yeah, let's give it a whirl. Ooh, there's an update. This could be a while. We're gonna have to suck it up. We're gonna have to suck it up. I'll have to tell jokes. Maybe we'll go right into the guitar section. Now this should just be like, I don't know, 2 minutes. Luckily, hopefully. I mean, I'm sure the Diet Coke will handle it. Yeah, it's not too bad. I guess I have not run. Normally, I like to keep running them on quite a bit for the specific reason. If I do want to play 2020, that I don't have to sit through an update. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, I wonder what they fixed though. As usual, they always, they're always like a few like weird crash bugs. But it's good that they're still supporting 2020. I just wish they would focus on one or the other and sunset one of them. You know, I don't know how that works. But yeah, no, 2024 was really having problems. It might have been Singapore. But so I kind of want to see. Like, go back to the same place. There we go. Full screen that puppy. It does take a while. It actually takes longer to start 2020 up, even though it's on a very fast hard drive. It's on a very fast SSD. It's my C drive. It's a very fast one. Trust me. So this is as fast as anyone's ever going to load 2020. You know, unless they have an even newer, faster Super Gen 6 hard drive, which aren't even available. But I won't go through the startup sequence. That's pretty much, the same. You turn the fuel valve off, you turn the main power on, you turn the magnetos on, blah, blah, blah. Not that exciting. We can skip that part at least. But other than that, yeah, everything is fine. Nothing major. I'm still excited about buying a new base, but that's not going to happen for a couple weeks. Got to wait for my annual Christmas bonus to come in. Yes, our Christmas bonuses come in late February. Always have, always will. It's just a weird quirk of, I don't know, accounting. It's a cost-saving measure on the part of the company or whatever. And anyway, all right, let's see. World map. Let's see. Right, Singapore, which is yeah. All right, Singapore. Lots of stuff there. Where were we taking off from? Here was the little airstrip we were going to take off. It really wasn't that far. Oh, wait, different plane though. I'm going to go back to the exact same plane, the icon. We got it right here. Well, it's in here somewhere under I think, right? Icon. Icon. No, that's not it. Icon. I think we actually have more colors for some reason. Or they're just different, I think. It's just different color selection. Interesting. All right, yeah, we're going to make it daytime. How can we do that? Oh, yeah, here we go. It's 3:50 a.m. there, but let's make it like early morning kind of time. All right, let's see how this goes. Because, yeah, that was unflyable. We got about 3 frames per second. But it was worse than that. It was like my CPU and GPU weren't even being asked to do anything. So it was clearly kind of a program bug and not a limitation of my system. And the memory wasn't anywhere full on any of my memory subsystems. All right, this is... There we go. We're on there. Yeah, also things like the trim was incorrect. Okay, yeah, that's some weird stuff, man. All right, let's just fly around and see what happens. Brakes full power, release your parking brakes. Stay on the runway. Both planes want to kind of do the same thing in that there's a kind of whenever there's a crosswind, they kind of want to do that. You kind of have to give some crabbing there. All right, gear up, flaps up, engine back down. Make the same turn we did. It doesn't look the same. It looks quite different. It doesn't look as good. Well, it just looks different. It's hard to say. There was a million ships in the harbor out there. Oh yeah, we're gonna make this big turn here. This is what it looks like from here. Give me my map, please. Thank you. But you can see the frame rate, smooth as glass. And there is Singapore in that area. But we're gonna come up here. There's like some port equipment here. Okay, and then here again the trim. In both cases, the trim is the TO trim. If you notice that little trim thing for the same plane in different games is wildly different. One's way negative, and these are way positive, and they're both wrong. You really need 0 trim for this plane. It doesn't really need a lot of trim. It's just weird bugs that kind of existed there for a long time. That's all right. I get used to it, but it's just weird that the same plane, a little bit of positive trim, in both games, is so wildly different. You know what I mean? This is the same aircraft. You can see this is identical. Everything's in the same position. but it's a different game, so it's technically a different, it's a different computing asset. But yeah, I mean, let's see what we're getting here for frame rate. If I go Alt R, right? See if it'll give us a little computer frame. Yeah, it did. 174 frames per second. You know what I'm saying? We were getting about 7 frames per second. And in the same location, same plane, different version. I do want to check something here. Let's just, while we're comparing them, I want to see what I have for the graphics options. Okay, set at a lower resolution, but that's the only difference, and that wouldn't make that much of a difference. Other than that, everything is set to ultra, as high as possible, except for shadows, which are medium, but I'm going to make those high. Because, I mean, we're getting 170 frames per second. We're getting way too many frames per second. I might as well turn it on full. But will definitely go down. We're going to be approaching a lot of main, fancy buildings that are part of the Singapore skyline. Okay, let's see if I can get my nose from being quite as light here. So we're about 90 kilometers an hour. But again, we can do the fun stuff where we simulate the fact that this plane can take off on a runway and land on any long and flat piece of water somewhere. But yeah, maybe off stream, I will go back into 2024 and see if it's either doing this again in the same location or if I can fix it in some way. Because I definitely would prefer to play Microsoft 2024. Although in many cases, the sightseeing features effectively are just as good or better in 2020. In other words, there's definitely some buildings that don't make it into 2024, but there's nothing fancy looking here. For example, as I always like to talk about, the Griffith Park Observatory, unless they fixed it, it looks great in 2020 and looks terrible in 2024, and there's no reason for that to happen. But you see, often we're always going to get points of interest, and those points of interest are kind of the fancy buildings of Singapore. So we're just going to head straight for them. We're not going to there's not really a lot going on here in this kind of wharf district here. What does it say over there? Sembawang. Those are airports. Got it. Okay. Keep my nose low. I want to stay nice and low. There is no reason to be flying very high up because we want to do sightseeing. And again, I have live weather turned on. Same situation as 2024. Live weather's on, but time of day is different because it's 4 in the morning there. All right. Nose with more power. A little more speed, a little more air in the wings. It looks like we're heading into some, humidity. I think it's always warm there, but it is southern hemisphere, and it's technically still summer. It's autumn, it's late summer. So I'm suspecting extra hot. Some interesting little. And see, there's definitely parts of the world where all these cranes would be 3D. Well, 2024, you know what I mean? If they go through, but that is a large container storage area, extra large. But Port of Singapore. Oh, and there's another one here. But they're not showing 3-dimensionally. They're showing us, from certain altitude, they'll look fine. But I prefer it. And of course they've done all the ports in Europe have 3D, 3-dimensional imagery and not for it. So yeah, this area is a little cheesy. But you see, there's going to be a lot of unusual and cool looking buildings, 3-dimensional buildings, in Singapore itself. We're just have to get close enough to the city area. We're still on the outskirts. But yeah, there's a lot of port activity there. A lot of shipping and containers. There's miles and miles of them. It starts to see, if we come here, we're starting to see where the buildings get interesting. I'm not sure what kind of pavilion that is. Some kind of area down there. Not sure what that's about. But I kind of want to follow this road in. Looks like Singapore is still that direction. But yeah, now we're already in the high density residential area. That is a big golf course. I imagine it's pretty fancy. Or maybe like a country club. And that would be the pools for the country club. I don't know, maybe something like that. Okay, it's not super ugly. But you'll see there's really cool buildings. See, Singapore's got iconic architecture, of course. And, you know, kind of always wanted to go there, but I probably never will, so it's nice to fly around it. Not necessarily always wanted to go there. You definitely want to choose a time of the year. If you want to go to Singapore, you want to check the weather carefully, because I think there's times that are better than others. That's very pretty. And again, that's a port, you know, with containers on it. And there's more containers here. There's like 1 billion containers. We're still kind of in the industrial commercial zone. And these are just logistics, you know, facilities where the containers get loaded to trucks and vice versa. And then get pushed over there. And I've mentioned there's quite a few ships, cargo ships that would normally be loading this on. Okay, and dead ahead. Oh, wait a minute. There's something over here. We're just going to do a zigzaggy path. Yeah, you're going to go left, go right. It's over here. Can't really tell. I'm always looking for, you know, stadiums or things that are obviously schools. You know, golf courses are always easy to pick out. Oh, we got little jitters. But that's you know, the other thing is that the transition from the outside to the inside view is a lot smoother in 2020. And they don't seem to be interested in making that work better. But you can see the terrain is not as realistic from the low level. It's a different, you know, definitely changes to the graphics engine, even if the database is the same. A lot of terracotta roofs down there. But yeah, as we see up here to right, this is the famous bay. I don't know. Singapore Bay? I don't know what it's called. Is it the Singapore River? But this really famous building that's got this arch, this cantilevered rooftop here, and there's the Lotus called the Lotus, or the Art Science Museum, which is this like Lotus shaped building. We'll fly around this area. This is kind of the central touristy zone here. I think, and then you know there's swimming pools, the Bay Sands. It's the Marina Bay Sands. And there's like a swimming pool and stuff up there, or a bunch of swimming pools on the edge there. You can see those swimming pools on the edge, right there. So check that out. I mean, if you know, you imagine like swimming down there, and all that decking. And then there's these really cool buildings over here. What is it called again? Gardens by the Bay. But yeah, as I mentioned, wild Asian style architecture, for example. And I think this is like some of these. There's some amusement park, but that's definitely, you know, that whole lotus flower style. That's more like bug eyes even. Okay, and there's this side. Yeah, there's another golf course. In case you want to do a little golfing. I'm personally not a big golfer, but you know, and it also seems like a kind of a waste of space and water. You know. But rich people, anyway. And then they got this big eye. It's one of those big giant ones, like the one in London, the one in Las Vegas, the high roller that I've been on. If you haven't been on one of these style ones, these you know these things are these cabins are huge. They're like the size of, you know, they're big. I think that's a little smaller than the high roller in Vegas for sure. The high roller is humongous. But we're gonna check out all the cool buildings. There's like another one that looks like, I don't know, domes, offset domes. What does it say? Esplanade Theaters on the Bay. So that's like a multiplex there. Some kind. And that's the bay we're talking about there. It's not huge, but I mean it's big. A lot of these buildings are not as ornate and fabulous as they would be in real life. Most of them aren't. These are just kind of placeholder buildings, really, compared to the real thing, which is fine. But I think in 2024 you're going to see more actual architecture, and not just those specific points of interest buildings. But hey, at least we're getting a fantastic frame rate. We're still what 100. What does it say there? Can I see there? 129 frames per second. Sorry for that swing around there. Yeah, anything over 60 frames per second is adequate, but we were getting about 6 frames per second. Looks like a lot of parks and stuff down here. Yeah, hopefully that was a one-time. And I fly 2024 every single day, pretty much, even the days I don't stream. And I've never seen it. Only a couple times have I seen it like just not start up right like that. And sometimes it's the plane, and sometimes it's the sometimes it's the location you start up in. But it is fine next time. So it does happen occasionally. Just it's not very common, which is good. Because then I'll just fly 2020, because at least 2020 is predictable. It may not be great, but at least it's not going to suck that bad. All right, we'll just land now that I effectively run my experiment. We can land on the water. I want to go to California and see how it looks in 2020 since we're running it, and I haven't really done that since the update, which came out for both versions. But we'll run out in something faster. Okay, we're gonna have to we're gonna land in the water here. Water is, see, then it's starting to go, water's that way. Okay, we're gonna land over this bridge here. Of course, we leave the gear up. Gear stays up so we can land in the water, but the flaps come down. Flaps will help us slow way down, so we can safely land at under 45 knots. We're going to cross over this bridge here and land in the bay, in the actual Singapore Bay here. Oh, I'll show you. I was going to show you for sure. Yeah, we'll see the Hollywood sign. I've seen it in 2024, but I'll show you what it looks like in 2020. I'm kind of, well, I know, but I'm kind of curious myself. Okay, we're at 60 knots. So we're going to land by the gardens here. Okay, reduce power even further. I got to pick something that's reasonably fast. Should be okay here. A little bit of jumping here. It's pretty to land right here, though. You get all this cool stuff, these cool effects here. We won't smash too hard into these buildings. Well, as I say, I hadn't flown it, but it was just not running. I mean, if you look, it was not running. Kind of get that cool effect there. These really cool looking buildings from the water. Of course, though, I think the water will be a little choppier in the real world. Now, you have to have a water rudder down, if you really want to steer. Water rudder down. Oop. There you go. It's fine. Didn't crash. And now you can steer quite well on the water. Without the water rudder down, that little thing on the back, it won't steer. And also, this is much more reliable than 2020, although it's still kind of messed up where you steer like that's full left rudder, and then when you release, instead of kind of staying where it was, it goes back to where you were, like way over compensates. I don't really fully understand why the planes, but that happens in both versions. It just doesn't feel right. It feels like it doesn't want to turn, and then when you release the rudder, it goes all the way back to where you started. I'm not touching anything. Kind of cool tool around in here. All right, let's check out LA. Okay, we're gonna get out of here. Main menu, yes, main menu. We're gonna start somewhere not too far away, and in a faster plane. Let's pick pick a plane first. Those planes are just not fast. Something a little zip to it. A little zip-to-dee-doo-dah, maybe. Not the T-33. That had problems. No. Something typical. Not a jetliner. Ooh, a Fuga Magister? That's always fun. And they're pretty fast. Sure, why not? Don't care. Let's just fly around here. All right, so we're going to go to L.A. That's all the way on the other side of the world. So we're spinning the globe. I love that effect, though, the idea, though. You could do a search, but I actually always like to spin the globe. Yeah, so Los Angeles, this is where the Griffith Park Observatory is right there. I mean, that's the literal place. I think we'll just start at Santa Monica. We're going to go to the west. We're going to come up these hills here. We're going to check out the sign and Griffith Park Observatory. That'll be a little fun. That'll be fun, I guess. We're going to start on the runway. I'm not cold starting it. It's got two little jet engines. It's pretty easy. But yeah, no, I've already checked this out. In 2020, Griffith Park Observatory looks like it does in the picture book, in the photo. Oh, you wanted the school bus? Ooh, sorry. Oh, really? One of those ornithopters? Yeah, which I still have, and I still want to fly. So, yeah, I don't. I want to get something that has a little. I want to zip around a bit. I'm looking for something more jet powered. So, um, but the school bus is a good idea because I don't have the flying pink school bus in 2024 that works. But next time. All right, so this is what this plane looks like. It's wild. It's definitely, and it's a real one. Recently, somebody who's been flying these flights for a long time died in an air show. They're flying. Anyway, check. Trim is good. Flaps are good. Looks like everything in the plane systems are good. We're latched up there. Everything is latched. Calm volume. I think we are already cleared for takeoff. So that's full power of the engine. Release. Oh, now release the spark brake. And we're gonna take off, fly around here. All right, so we're heading off. Let's see, we're heading to the northeast. Let's see, takeoff speeds around rotations right there, basically. Quite easy plane to fly. Gear coming up, flaps coming up, and a gorgeous day. This is, I believe, real time. Okay, we're getting 93 frames per second. That's Los Angeles there in the distance. That distance there. This is Century City and Hollywood and blah blah blah. So I said, yeah, we're gonna come up here. Okay, power. I guess there's 2 jet engines. They're not super huge. Anyway, this is Santa Monica. This whole area is Santa Monica. You can also see the famous Santa Monica Pier. As it, it's a landmark that appears. People are familiar with it due to the GTA V game, GTA 5, which kind of depicts it as the Los Santos Pier. A little more power there. Got to keep the engines on a boil. But Los Angeles was it's part of the California update, and compared to where we just were, it's much more detailed, much more three-dimensional. And if we go to the port, actually we should check out the port because I wanted to compare Singapore. It's definitely a little jerky, but not too bad. The port of Singapore, you could see there was a lot of flat areas where you could see there was containers, but they weren't three-dimensional. I think it's right here. Well, I know it's right here. But this is the famous Santa Monica Pier with like that little Ferris wheel on it, much smaller, and there's a amusement park there. Looks pretty good in the game. You don't want to get too close. But this is why I want good speed, because I want to zip down to the port of Long Beach. It's actually the port of Long Beach, or whatever they call it. Not far. And then we'll go back up. We'll check out the just for things to do. We'll check out the Griffith Park Observatory. This is Marina Del Rey here. And it's very fancy. It's very close to a very large beach. You got your boat, for people who own a boat and want to live in a fancy residential tower. You're gonna want to live in one of those or one of these up here. And it's also situated right close, very close enough to the airport where it's like a 5 to 10 minute drive, but not so close that you're getting a lot of plane noise. You will get plane noise, but it's not terrible. These people are going to get plane noise, but back in Marina, this is a little bit far. That's Marina Del whatever. This is the Los Angeles International. Of course, quite detailed game. Where's the main? Here's the main terminals. There's the new terminals there. That's kind of the main loop there. The big ass airport. There's that famous kind of thingy there. And the entrance. Plenty of details. The cargo terminals over here. It's the cargo area. I shouldn't be flying over an airport. That's what we do. Alright, so Long Beach Port is up ahead here. This basically, we can see a lot more in this plane doing 270 knots than we could in any kind of propeller plane. I'm just trying to eat up some terrain here. I mean, LA is huge. But man, it looks great. It's a little choppy in 2020, but I think it looks just as good, if not better. And I'll show you. We're gonna in about 2 minutes. We're gonna, well, in about 5 minutes, we'll be at the Great Park Surgery. Okay, the port is. It's on the other side of that little thing down there, or it's on this side. I think it's on this side. There's it's at Hawthorne University or school or something like that. I don't know exactly where we are. It's a bunch of schools. Miracosta. Okay, kind of know what that is. And this area here has like an oil refinery, which I don't think is operational. I mean, this isn't a port. This is a marina here. Actually, maybe it is operational. It's a big marina. A lot of people have boats. I mean, it's like Florida too. Okay, no, I think Port of Los Angeles is too far. Let's just go to, boy, is it like snow on the mountains up there? I'm just gonna go right to Griffith Park Observatory. We'll just zip there. Because from here, it's still about a 5-minute flight. I do want to get to the big brain games in a reasonable amount of time, which is, me playing the Quirtle, the Revealed, the Reunion, the Tightrope Trivia game, the New York Times Connections. Okay, that's Hawthorne Field over there. Oh, the other thing that's new in this thing, in the California update, is the stadium, the new SoFi Stadium, SoFi, whatever, which is just east of the airport, so it's easy to find. There's a lot of stuff here. So I want to fly over that. It was just kind of an empty field until they did this California update, and it's right up ahead here. But it's a really cool stadium, and it's very unique design. It's not like other stadiums. I like the New York Times Connections and the Octurtle, and then there'll be a break, and then I'm gonna dig around the guitar for a while. Literally. So you see the SoFi Stadium up ahead here. I'm aiming right for it. Or is it SoFi? It's not fully like done, but you can see that giant roof. All you really see is the giant roof, which is not connected to the big stadium underneath it. There's a SoFi Stadium there, but it is immense. You can kind of see the stadium under there, but I think actually, I don't know. And then the Forum is where the basketball. Okay, so main Los Angeles is that way. You can barely see it, right? Or is that Los Angeles? There. Find out in a second. But yeah, no, it is a beautiful cold day here in California. So yeah, SoFi Stadium. You can see how, it's humongous. It's hard to tell, but because it's pretty huge. That it's actually also pretty tall, but it just covers a huge amount of square foot. Okay, yeah, that's this is downtown Los Angeles. We'll hit that first. You can see kind of in the distance. It's really hard to see, but over there is the actual Hollywood sign. But we'll get there shortly. This is like South LA, and the convention center is south of Los Angeles. This is where this is the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, right? Bank California Fields, also very nice. Okay, but yeah, downtown's up here. Yeah, convention center is there, kind of like just the south end of the city. I lived in the Los Angeles area for years, but the only parts of this part of downtown I ever went to was the convention center when there was a convention in town that I wanted to go to, like a car convention or something. And they're right there. And then there's also another, that's Staples Center, so the Lakers. And there's your downtown Los Angeles. It's getting a little framey, but we're doing pretty good, especially compared to 2020. All right, next stop, Hollywood sign and Griffith Park Observatory. Next stop, that's Silver Lake there. It's really cool. A lot of TV shows seem to be feature that kind of like this vista, the houses that are around. I think that's Silver Lake. No, sorry, this is it. It's a different one. Silver Lake is bigger. It's this one here. It's dam. And there's a bunch of TV shows that take place in houses that look over this body of water here. It's quite pretty because you can see the hillsides, blah blah blah. All right, heading straight to Griffith Park Observatory, and we're gonna stop and jump out and take a look at our magical parachutes. That's Burbank over there. There's a bunch of TV studios down there. Lots of movie studios. All right. All right, get ready to park your ass in front of Griffith Park Observatory and observe the goodness, which is the good model of Griffith Park Observatory. And in the extreme level of detail you get, Griffith Observatory. I mean, look at that detailing of it. Oh my gosh! I feel like you can practically go in and see the telescopes. It's got 2 telescopes and a planetarium, which has a Zeus projector. You got like here's your coffee. Um, you can order food, take it down there, and eat here with this vista. You know what I mean? It's very popular. In fact, this, if I remember correctly, during the day, during most operating hours, this lot is full. You're not going to park in this lot. It's and you can see how big it is. So there's another lot. There's down there, and you can shuttle. You're going to shuttle from down there or something. Take a bus thing. Because it's a popular location. You'd have to find out, probably do research to find out when it is, but the obelisk looks great, and 2024, it does not have any of this detailing, any at all. It just looks like a thing that sticks out there. The 6 sides, the little dudes, the model of, I guess, Saturn there, or some planet or something like that. Oh yeah, and from the other side, let's just take a look. It also has this great buttress architecture here, and it is really perched on the side of that hill. I used to. I mean, I was there quite a few when I went out in my 70s and 80s. I think kind of when I lived there. It's probably the 70s. You know, because there were planetarium shows and stuff, and we go see them. All right, back in the plane. And just real quickly, we'll take a look at the Hollywood sign up here. In case you're curious, it also has issues in this. I believe we'll check it out. It's right up from the Griffith Park Observatory here. You can definitely tell they changed around the antennas. The antennas look different, and then the weirdest part is there's a tree in front of the D, which is true in 2024 as well. Hey, I checked it. You can look at all you want. You can see the D perfectly. It's not Hollywood. I'm wondering whether they did that intentionally to make it Hollywood instead of Hollywood, because yeah, there's a tree there that looks like it's intentionally put right in front of the D, and that's, I believe, I went and saw it in 2024, and the previous versions, you could see it. It looks pretty good. All right, I mean, if you want to get up nice and close, it's a little nicer looking, but there is a tree placed right in front of the D, and a big one that is not there in the real world. And they wouldn't. Why would they bother having, spending something? It costs money. Somebody, people had to make a foundation it was falling apart and blah blah. And then movie stars had to figure out. But look how weird that D is too. Like something's messed up about it. Not just the tree, maybe just the tree is. Then you got this great. This wasn't here before. And which is here too. That cell factory. All right, that's it for the flying. I'm not even going to land today. You know what I mean? I'm done. I had a good time though. But I wanted to point out that I said I wasn't going to land. Ah, shit. I love landing. We're just going to do a fast landing here, though. We're going to land because there's a runway right here. At Hollywood Burbank. Not going to ask for permission. Just going to land. Okay. Naturally slowing down. Reduce power, get into the thicker air. Reduce power more. It does have air brakes, but we're not going to need them. Or, speed brakes, spoilers. Nice big runway there. Keep engines on a boil. We don't want to go under 110 or 120. I'm only landing because it literally takes us 2 seconds. And I enjoy the landing process. In the real world, you gotta radio in, you gotta have a flight plan, you just go, oh look, there's a runway, let's land there. Okay, reducing power. Just speed 127. Okay, trays and tables in your upright position, please. Have your seatbelts fastened. It's too late for that, but perfectly good. Perfectly good. Reasonably soft landing. Wish I don't fly this plane too much, so my instincts aren't that great. The only thing I really like to do here is when we park. Besides, I'm not gonna shut down the engines, but I'm gonna open the canopy because if not all planes have a canopy that can open. Pretty plain too. I mean, it's just unusual for that V-tail. But yeah, it does open, I think. Yeah, it does. What's unfortunate, by the way, besides the general situation. All right. Canopy lock here, right? Canopy lock, right? 1 second. Oh, the Hollywood sign with the D. The D obscured kind of intentionally or something. All right, so first you open the lock. Okay, then you got to find the button that says, is it this thing? No, there's a button somewhere. Yeah, I got to find that. Hold on a second here. Oh yeah, canopy open. It's easy. That's the easy thing. Wheel chocks, open and open. All right, the rear one is open. Wait, is this still locked here? There we go. Now it's unlocked, so we should be able to open it from here. There we go. Got it. All right, so they're both open, and you can see it's got 2 of these things. Yeah, somebody should trim that tree in game. And boy, the way I saw that in 2024, and I went to Google Maps or some views of it. It's very people take pictures of it. There's no tree in front of the D, and there's no trees anywhere near the D. So it seems intentionally. Boy, that's a pretty plane. Another detailing, and again, canopy open. Okay, all right. Let's play some big brain games. Give me a second here. I feel like we've flown around. Was it successful? I guess so. I liked it. I had a good time. That's the metric. Did I have a good time? And I did. In fact, I had such a good time. Going to do the whole thing again tomorrow. If you enjoyed the flight simulation segment, but for now, that's it. I mean, until tomorrow, I've got to do some debugging here. All right. Going into the just chatting category for the big brain games. Let's see. Quit to desktop, please. Thank you. Face cam for a second. We'll let quits out there. I don't know. Okay. Bring that up there. Oh, I've been streaming this guy all this whole time. I wonder if that was an issue. I had a streaming window up. Oof. That might have been the reason why I was getting poor frame rates. Anyway, you live and learn. All right. Okay, Quirtle to start with. Just like a warm-up game here. We'll start with the Quirtle. I do these in the same order. This is just, it takes me, I do these, it's a lot like the Wordle, blah, 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 5-letter game, 4 at a time, 4 words. I use the same 3 starting words every time, which really saves time. Plus, anyway, okay. Let's see, upper right could be 50. Lower right could be a whole bunch of things like brung or drunk or things like that. I might guess drunk because it uses the D and the K. Let's just guess drunk. I don't think it is. We could get lucky here. We got lucky. Let's see. What else we got? We got, let's see. There's a C there, but and an R. It could be reach. R-E-A-C. Lower right. H. Okay, yeah, that fits. Let's see. We still haven't used the F, so it still could be 50 on the upper right. Let's see. We got something R. Oh, it could be, let's try grown, Grown, because that has everything we need. Okay, could also have been frown, right? Can't be drown because the D is not available. But yeah, that's the only other thing it can be. Okay, now I know it's not 50 though on the upper right, which is good. It's I think it's just going to be witty, W-I-T-T-Y, witty. That fits. All right, cheers, Diet Coke. Game number 2 down. And of course, if anybody wants to help, I'm not going to slow down or anything, but if you want to put suggestions in, some of these games are more, group available. So what's the next one? Let's see. After the Quirtle, I like to do the revealed puzzle game, a daily puzzle game from the fine folks of Britannica.com. Today, all right, today's answer is going to be a 6-letter and a 3-letter word in the category of arts and culture, okay? To figure this out, they give us the heavily redacted document, and we can unredact some things. But before we do it, I'm going to read this whole thing with the blanks in place of the actual words and see if we can figure out what the arts and culture answer is, okay? All right, the thing we're looking for is a blank combining blank, blank, and a blank, 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 blank made of blank or fruit blank. Blank is a favorite in its blank of blank and is now popular blank. Blank originated in the blank of blank blank in the mid-1980s. Dozens of blank of the blank have evolved since then, especially throughout blank and other blank locales, such as blank, blank, and blank. What is it? Well, the obvious thing to do is this first one because it's going to be the most helpful. It's a beverage. I thought it was a drink of some kind. It's not Mountain Dew, but it's some kind of drink. Fruit something. Favorite in its. It's not Diet Coke either because it's going to be 6 letters and 3 letters. Popular. There's dozens of blank of the blank have evolved. We're gonna have to give a few of these because I already knew it was a beverage. That wasn't that help. Beverage combining blank, blank, and we're gonna have to look at some of these ingredients. I think, like this, milk. Okay. Okay. I would not have thought milk is an ingredient. What are these letters here? U. Is it? Interesting. Huh. Bubble tea. Oh, that's a good answer. Ooh, I think you got it. I think that definitely fits, and it makes some sense there. Yeah, good job. I don't think I would have got that so quickly. So we call that a community win. Why not? I don't care. So how did the community do today compared to the rest of the universe? I mean, these numbers. Other players 5.2 and 1.9 indicates difficulty. I agree. Yeah, actually, I've only had the bubble tea that's had the tapioca balls. There's also the kind that has the fruit balls, and I probably think that would be better. But in general, no, I'm not down with it. I don't. It's just not. I think it's a consistency issue. But the standard one, which is kind of a tea flavored with tapioca, is really nasty tasting. Really bad. I mean, really horrible tasting. But I think there are other ones that are kind of fruity, minty, or things like that. So I don't certainly. I would say I would judge it by saying it's gross. I would say that the most popular typical flavor of bubble tea is really gross, but that's not the only one. And I know people love bubble tea and they don't drink that flavor. So, you know what I mean? It may be yeah, we all had that same one, because like, oh, well, which one should I try? And they're like, oh, well, this is the classic bubble tea. You're like, oh, give it. It's terrible. You have anything but that one. All right. What's the next game is this is the one that you can't help me too much on. I'm going to do in the middle because it's time. So I got to get these as quickly as possible. We're getting to the hardest quiz. It's a 9-question multiple choice trivia quiz. I consider myself a certified trivia master, but you never know. You can only get 2 wrong and still get it. Plus the time is the most important part of your score. So I can't look stuff up. Well, you can't look stuff up. I can't even really look at chat. All right. Let's get started with it. Sherry. Internal soup. Terrapin is another word for turtle. Wow. That whole story was... Yeah, Carrie Bradshaw was Sarah Jessica Parker played Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City. That's an easy enough piece of trivia to connect things up there. Calculus, it was Mr. Newton. I already know from the word calculus what the right answer is. I don't have to read the rest of the question. Swan dress. It was Bjork laying eggs on the red carpet. Yeah, those are the good old days. Bjork. Fill in the blank. The colonies just worthless string is the credulous ones of those 4 words. So far, we're doing well on the trivias. Director said he'd give him an Oscar. I think it was Mr. Lee. From those, I thought it might have been what's his name. Anyway, Sunflower Seeds is similar. Produces much of the world's Afghanistan. Oh, if I didn't know that. Ukraine. That makes sense. Solidarity. But I didn't know. I have no idea where sunflowers are mostly grown. Hippodrome is used to just well, hippos are horses. Hippo is Greek for horse, so hippodrome would be horse racer. Philip you'll be in my heart by this as I make the movie for I think it was I got that wrong. Tarzan. Those are hard. Those are Disney musical ones are hard. Whatever. What are you going to do? Hey, I crossed it. Not a great score, but that's considered a cross. I mean, nah. Tightrope Boss, that's not a good score. You know what? We'll do better tomorrow. Actually, we won't, because tomorrow's the hardest one. But I had a good time. I enjoyed the ones I got. All right, the next one we can participate in, and in fact, we should participate in it. It's the reunion. It's kind of like a crossword puzzle without clues, in that we have to figure out where all these letters go to make them all turn green. And when they do, there'll be 5 letters and 7-letter words with some exceptions. But the ones that are green are in their final position, so they offer some excellent clues. Now, we've got something really interesting already, which is the letter X in yellow. And in its position being there, that X in yellow on the right, it means it has to be in the column. And I was also thinking clown. Yeah, clown, because we do have let's see. Do we have it? We have a W and we have an O. So let's just get that. We got clown, we got the W. Yeah, Phoenix. Thank you for Phoenix. But yeah, I was going to get there too. So the XSBR. So this is going to be a quick one today. But yeah, and then the I is going to go here. We got Phoenix. We got clown. And then I wonder what we have down here. Like Apex, and then the dudes will be over here or something like that. Because is there another P available? Or it could be latex. Yeah, it's going to be latex. So I'm sure the A is going to be down here. This L is going to be here. And the T is going to be there. Yeah, and we're getting this in record time. Is it going to be photo? Because do we have a P available? Because, yeah, see, we have the H is available, but there's no extra P. Because the P's in use, right? I'm not missing a P. So now I think it's not photo. Oh, also this O wouldn't be white. The O would be yellow for photo because it would be there. So it's not photo. There's always these kind of misdirections here. But we're getting there. Let's take our time. We already made we made 9 moves real fast here. Okay, so we know the hedgehog isn't going to go there. Because it has to go next to the fox. And I think this one is going to be something like logical, right, on the left. Would you think it's logical? Do you think it's logical that it's logical? And that gives us, it's not going to be photo. Well, I'm not sure what it's going to be, because we could have a fox and hedgehog situation. But let's see. We still have to place a W somewhere. What is that word going to be? Oh. Is this word going to be shout? Like the H is going to be there. And then the sheesh. And then this is going to be gusto. And then this is just going to be law. Okay. 17 moves is par. But this one, when you look at the other player score, it was a little bit, because they're not all quite the same difficulty level, though close. But this was a harder one because sometimes you'll see other players 24, 25, even 20, 23 sometimes. Meaning it's easier one. 27 is a harder one, but it's kind of, you have to learn the scale. But yeah, we got that one both correctly and in a record time. But I know that's good for because you're all excited like me to enjoy the connections. It's the second to last of our daily puzzles that we do on a daily basis. It's one of my faves. So dive in. We got to create 4 groups of 4 new connections badges. Oh, I logged in recently. Okay, connections for February 21. We got to create 4 groups of 4 from these 16 words. We don't know what the affinity is. We just know that there is one. There's going to be misdirection and wordplay in play. So be careful. Let's see here. Weird. Okay. Okay. We got late, great, past, life, present, minion. Could be the movie's infinitive, perfect, solid, Dodgers, excused, background, absent, audits, history, and few. Okay. I'm going to start putting 3 together, and you tell me if you think you see the connection. Do you guys see the connection? By the way, present, absent, excused, and late. Well, absent, excused, and late. But okay, do you guys know what this one is? Because this is probably one of the harder ones. I'm going to count down 5 seconds. Anybody who thinks they know the connection here, because I'm 99% sure we got one here. As I mentioned, wordplay in play. All right, give you a few more seconds. It's now that I've picked them out, it might make it easier to figure out what the connection is between minion, infinitive, Dodgers, and audits is. Okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to name 4 car brands: Mini, Infinity, Dodge, and Audi. See any connection there with the words I just read out? Car brands plus 2 letters. Ingenious. And that was the hard one. The purple ones are the hard ones. Anyway, okay, but okay, let's see. Present. Let's see. Solid. Yeah, that is clever. Pass. You should have got that one, by the way. You're my go-to connections expert. But here, you can figure out these. I think present. The problem with with absent, excused, and late. But present means you're there. Absent, late, and excused means you're not there. Right? So I'm concerned that if we do present, it's going to give us off by 1. History could mean you're not there anymore. Like, hey, I'm history. Let's see. A status of a meeting. Oh, right. Okay. So, right. You could have been present. You could have been absent. You could have been late. Right. Meeting status. Let's try it. Okay. I'm a little afraid it's off by 1. Ah, it was good. Attendance status. You got it. You got it right. Okay. That makes it a lot easier. The green one, theoretically, the easier one. But I'm happy I got Audi. I knew that, I think they've done similar things with car brands in the past. So I'm a little, like hyper aware of looking for car brands or other brands inside other words. Okay, so past, background, history, and life, right? And solid, great, perfect, and few, I think, are going to be, right? Experience, and then these are just outcomes or grades or something, right? What do they put there? Commentary about your connections results. Oh my God! Do you see what they're doing a meta one? Commentary about your connections playing this game results. Great, perfect, few, solid. That's super meta. They're good. I mean, these are obviously done by a very funny AI or actual human beings who have a sense of humor. All right, we got it. We did perfect. We didn't get any wrong. Perfect. And by the way, I just logged in, which is why it's showing a completed streak there. I don't really care. All right, there's one more game to go, and then we're gonna do, of course, as everyone is super excited for the music segment. You're not. Nobody is. All right, where is my little segment here? Okay, here it is. It's the Octortle. Again, it's not really a game you can help me with, but that's fine. Because I do these pretty quickly. All right, this is the hardest one. It's the rescue. I don't get to use my powerful 3 starting words. It comes up with, four random words. In addition to the 8 words we got to figure out that has no O, U, or U in it. So what I'm looking for is one that doesn't have any vowels at all in it. But that's not really this one. Like this one here. This one could be, can't be husky. It could be, I'm going to wait on that one. Yeah, we might do a strategy. Now let's just figure, because we have some here. Like this one, L, A, and E, right? That doesn't have to be algae, A-L-G, sorry. A-L-G-A-E, since we already have kind of all those positions there. And that gives us the G, which we needed. Okay, so I think it's going to be, let's see, could be bling on the upper left. It's L-I-N-G. Pling, dling, zling, cling. I think it's going to be bling, B-I-L-N-G. I think it's the only word that's, oof, I was wrong. Oh, G is in the front. Glint. Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, we still could potentially win this one, but it's going to be hard. All right. Let's just see how well we can do. Okay. There's a G and an E. That's all we know there. This one we know where the A is. Okay. There's a T, an L, and an I. So where would they go? Could be T-I, title, T-I-D-A-L. I like title. Oh yeah, you typed it in. Good job. Thank you. We tied on the title. Here's this word is interesting. I think it's got, okay, it's T, it's going to be tweet, lower right, because there's no other words that really kind of cover that. That's an easy one. This word ends in Y. It has an S and H. Okay, it probably has to have a U or an O. And then this one here, let's see. We know there's a G. So it could be it could be E-D-G-E or O-D-G-E or U-D-G-E. So it could be, let's see, judge, J-U-D-G-E. We don't have a lot of other consonants that could fit there. So that's pretty good. Because that gave us the U, which we badly needed. J doesn't appear anywhere, but that's the first time we used the U. It's going to start getting hard here. All right, there's a U, but we also know there's a C, an H, and a T. And it could start with the H, so it could be Hutch, H-U-T-C-H. Let's try it. Nice. All right. All right, we got 2 words left and 2 ones to go. That's going to be hard. And this one, okay, now we know this is actually turning out a little better. It could be U-S-H-Y. So I'm liking mushy, M-U-S-H-Y. Oh, it could be pushy. It was pushy. Oh, well. Mushy was a word. I had to go for the 50-50. All right, we were close. We didn't get demon, which would have been hard, this one here. But we needed that M to figure out that it was demon, I think, because we didn't have the O. All right, well, that was fun. Hey, I only get like 50-60% of those, which is why I like playing the hardest one. I'll probably do the extreme and the other ones. There's 5 different variations of the Octurtle every day. and 5 different variations of the Wordle or the Quirtle every day. There's only one. Excuse me, only one Wordle. But yeah, we're gonna call that a successful brain games until tomorrow. I mean, I did complete the tightrope, although not a great score. We got the I needed help on the reveal on the revealed the reunion. We did. I think I did quite well. And the connections. I'm just tickled that I got the car one. I think that was, that's the breakthrough. Kind of get the car brands when I saw that there's 4 car brands embedded in there secretly. All right, so let me get out of here. We're gonna do the mid roll, take a little short break, maybe a little pee, and then let me put myself in the music category now so I don't forget. I'm not doing rocksmith or anything. Just gonna do regular guitar strumming and maybe try to sing, but I don't know if my voice is. We'll see. I do not know. We'll find out. Let's see, mid roll. Alrighty, here we are back on time and back in this. All right, talk a little about the guitar talk and things that are going on in the guitar world. I thought I'd try this little mute thing. It's called a fret wrap or something, fret wraps or something like that. So you have to put it on. You have to learn how to do things. For one thing, I had it like kind of too tight, and it was actually kind of fretting the strings, and that's exactly what you don't want it to do. You want to mute the strings, and they call it kind of a learning thing. But what happens is, yeah, it's about the most. That's about the most muting you can get. But that's a lot of muting. All right, so strings that you are down, you can hear, but then as soon as you let up, I'm not palm muting or anything. So strings that you don't hit, you normally have to palm mute. You don't have to do that. It's just the blues. I mean, it's stalked. Anyway, for that particular style of music, I went online and they were like, yeah, if you're cranking it up, or if you're doing a lot of hammer-ons, which I don't do. Because it's the feature. Anyway, I'm gonna just do the regular stuff. So this is kind of what it looks like. It's very simple. You pay $5 for it, but that's as much as you should pay. Like $5.95. It says Ernie Ball. It's got this little foam thing, and yeah, the key is it has to be just resting on the strings, but not pushing them down. So you actually would have just a little bit of. But see, without that, it doesn't sound that different. Because I'm talking good. Yeah, it might sound different. Oh wait, let me turn this up a little bit here. I'm gonna change back to kind of the more mellow patch here. It sounds a little different. Do one thing. I would sing a song. Hey, why not? I don't know. Tried a lot of sounds, but I just like this one. it's like he's going like this. He's rampant. He wants something from me, but all he can say is cat words, so I don't know what it is. You see him back there on the chair there. That's Mo. He's 16. Not that you asked. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Mother to the children, not to do as I've done. Spend your life in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Is a suitcase and a trunk, and the only time he's satisfied is when he's all drunk. I got one foot on the platform and another foot on the train. I'm going out to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. They call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. Going into nap mode. Wait, what else do I want to do? Oh yeah, followed. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. That's scared the crap out of me. It's fine. You should wear every time I say Paul. You should wear that. You get notifications because I do this like 5 times a week. It's kind of crazy. All right, this song is called. It's from a band called Portugal the Man. I don't know. They're kind of an alt band. And this particular song is recommended to me by my dear friend, and I like it. And I want to see if I still remember it. It's called Modern Jesus. Hey Cherry, good to see you. Come on and take a seat next to me. You know we got what you need. We may be liars preaching to choirs, but we can sell your dreams. We don't need sympathy, they got a pill for everything. Just take that dark cloud, ring it out to wash it down, but don't pray for us. We don't need no minor Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We are the ones who start little fires, yet they burn out. But when they're on the rise, they can't help but shine. And when the wave approaches, take our ashes to the ocean. Who cares if hell awaits? We're having drinks at heaven's gate, but don't pray for us. We don't need a modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We know that we're helpless, at least that's what we assume. But we don't need to prove nothing to you. Let's all stay cool. You don't want to feel blue, but we won't sell you nothing you can't use. Don't pray for us. We don't need no minor Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. Thank you, by the way. Coming from you, I'm going to take that as quite a compliment. It's not normally known for being compliment. I appreciate it. I really do. And I thought Taylor was on for a brief period. She couldn't stay on too long, but while I was streaming. But anyway, I'm sure that she'll be back. What's the next thing I want to do? I see the red taillights, I want them painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they're all painted black. Both flowers and my love, both never to come back. I see people turn their head and quickly look away. Like a newborn baby, it just happens every day. I know you are. I know, trust me, I know you are. Anyway, I'm going to do this thing I like to do around now in the stream time. I'm going to do a few songs where I just sing and play. Actually, I'm going to do this one more song. This is Glycerine from Bush. I don't know. You might know who some of these old bands are. They had their heydays in the 90s. REM, you know. That's better. That's better. All right. I just like the song. Then we'll go into the karaoke section. Must be your skin, I'm sinking in. Must be for real, now I can feel. And I didn't mind, it's not my kind. It's not my time to wonder why. Everything goes white and everything's gray. Now you're here and now you're away. I don't want this, remember that. I'll never forget you where you're at. Don't let the days roll by. Glycerine, glycerine. never alone. I'm alone all the time. Are you at one or do you lie? We live in a wheel where everyone steals, but when we rise, it's like strawberry fields. If I treated you bad, you bruised my face. Couldn't love you anymore, you got a beautiful taste. Don't let the days roll by. I could have been easier on you. Couldn't change though I wanted to. I should have been easier by 3. Our old friends Fear and you and me. Glycerine. Needed you more when I wanted us less. I could not kiss, just regress. It might just be you're simple and plain. That's just fine, that's just one of my names. Don't let the days roll by. I could have been easier on you. Couldn't change though I wanted to. I should have been easier by 3. Our old friends Fear and you and me. Glycerine. Glycerine. I do a lot of Crowded House too. I mean, I like them anyway. Let me just do a little bit here. We're going to switch over to, thank you. All right, this is kind of a warm-up song I'm going to do here. I'll pause and get to the right thing here. Basically, I do, I'm like proud of myself. Something unique. You'll find people singing along to karaoke. That's what it's for. And streaming it live. But rarely will you see somebody playing the guitar alongside and singing at the same time. Because as far as I know, I've never seen anyone else do it. I'm sure there's someone who's done it. But this is what I mean. I do like a whole bunch of these songs. Because, okay, so we're going to have this song. Okay, it's from Shrek 2. Yeah, I do. You want to do a Crowded House? Are you a fan or you hate them? Because some people from Australia hate Crowded House. You know what I mean? It's polarizing. I mean, I'm a big fan, but yeah, there's people like, yeesh. All right, so that's this song, but I'll play this thing. It's love makes me wanna turn around and face me, but I don't know nothing but love. Come on, turn a little closer now. Come on, world will follow after. Come on, everybody's after love. So I said I'm a snowball running. And all this love, taking the accidentally in love. 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 Accidentally. I'm in love, 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 I'm in love. Accidentally. I'm in love, 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 I'm in love. Accidentally. Come on, need a little tighter. Come on, words a little brighter. Come on, get yourself inside of her love. I'm in love. Yeah, he wrote the songs, right? Anyway. I gotta see if I know any Crowded House songs. I used to know that I could play along with. When you're here before, gonna look you in the eye, just like an angel. It makes me cry, float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. Wish I was special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. Wanna have control. I want the perfect body. Want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. So fucking special. Wish I was special. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. She's right out the door. She's never makes you happy. Whatever you want. You're so fucking special. Wish I was special. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong get a kick out of doing that song for some strange ass reason. I'm gonna look up. Those are also great, all great Crowded House songs. I just want to see what they got. I know I've looked it up before under Crowded House karaoke because we may not have everything available. Don't Dream It's Over, obviously. Better Be Home Soon, classic song. These are all great songs. Something So Strong, awesome. Four Seasons. The only ones I could probably play offhand are going to be Better Be Home Soon. I think it's a pretty easy song if I remember correctly. Let's see. Yeah, I remember how the melody. Going on you. It's on forever, and I know that I'm right the first time in my life. That's why I tell you, better be home soon. It's pretty high up. Dripping back the coast, lies and deception. Back to the nothingness, a week in the desert. And I know that I'm right the first time in my life. That's why I tell you, better be home soon. So don't say no, don't say nothing's wrong. When you get back home, maybe I'll be wrong. It was only pain, we were ended. But I could start again. You can depend on it. You know that I'm right the first time in my life. That's why I tell you, better be home soon. That's why I'll tell you, better be home soon. I don't remember the chords. I think I could learn that. I'd like to learn that. It's a little out of my range, but because it's high, but I could fake it. Hold on, let's do another actual song that I know how to do. Just these are ones I kind of always do. Okay. I'll see. You might know these. Thank you for the 10 I agreed on the effort as much as I do. There she goes. There she goes again. Racing through my brain. That's how I feel. And I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There he goes. There she goes again. Closing my veins. And I just can't contain this feeling that remains. do a few more songs. Thank you. Hey, maybe you'll consider my offer to host you for next TwitchCon. So plenty of time to think about it. What's the next song here? Let's see. We should probably do Amy. There you go. I'm going to personalize this one for you. How do you think? You gotta take a wild guess. You gotta remember that song. I can see why you think you belong to me. Never tried to make you think that you see one thing for yourself. Now you're on with someone else, and I'm alone. See, I thought that I might keep you for my could be right in time and can't see which way we should turn together all alone. I can never see what's right or what is wrong. Don't take too long to see me, Cherry, what you wanna do. I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. When people say ads, I have the ads turned to minimum. I do have the ads turned to minimum, but you'll still get ads on Twitch. But you should know, I tell everybody who mentions ads, I co-stream on YouTube, same content, same bandwidth, same stream exact content, and on YouTube, under this name, same name too, Kench909er. YouTube doesn't show ads. It's the exact same thing. So often people, I'm like, come on to the YouTube side. It's, YouTube doesn't really push the YouTube live aspect of it. So you have to kind of subscribe it. But I still tell people, if you've ever seen an ad and you're like, that sucked, Again, two things. I haven't turned to the minimum, but you'll still see 2 ads. 2 minutes per hour, I think, is the minimum that you can have. And you don't have to subscribe. Please don't subscribe. I don't need your money. But you can, if you really don't, if it really bugs you, come to YouTube. You'll see the exact same content. And I respond basically the same speed to Twitch chat. But or you can stay on Twitch and watch an ad on very rare occasions. All right, the next song I'm going to do here is Wicked Game as a character song. Hold on a second. I like to get the intro here. I gotta practice it here. Okay, it goes like this. Goes like this. Oh, my tilt too dumb. Close enough for the song. Okay, good. I was watching this new limited series on Netflix that was recommended to me by a streamer called His and Hers. I don't watch it. I don't recommend it. But they randomly whipped this song out in the soundtrack in episode 5. You know, I'm like, I guess they paid for licensing. All right, let's give this a whirl here. Gotta stick around. gotta do one more song, but it has to be an REM song because that's my favorite band. I think we're gonna lose in my religion. It's been a while. Pause. This is how the song goes, if I remember correctly. Like that. All right, we'll actually have a little accompaniment here. Oh, life is bigger than you. You are not me. Consider this the hint of the century. Consider this slip, brought me to my knees, failed all these fantasies come railing around. Now I've said too much. Thought that I heard you laughing. Thought that I heard you sing. right. Well, that's it for today's musical luncheon. But thank you for coming by. We had some new visitors, and I had a great time. Yep. Stop. That's music background. Yep. I'll do some Jim Croce next time. That's one of my favorite songs. I got a name. But thank you. They're all good songs. I like to go for like a little more than 2 hours, like a 2 hours, and then keep a little in the tank for tomorrow. Got to turn my reverb off. I keep the reverb on for the singing, but I actually kind of finding it quite annoying when other people do it too. But you really need it for singing. I don't know if you ever try to sing into a recording studio setup. Got a mic here, it goes through a mixer, comes back to the headphones. So I'm monitoring myself, and that's how I can tell if I'm in key or not. It's really hard for me to sing without that reverb effect. But anyway, I had a great time. Such a great time. There's the beautiful green. Look how beautiful this guitar is. Look at all that motion in there, And this is one of the cheapest guitars I've ever bought. This is my fancy cheap guitar from Amazon. I think I paid about $280 for it. It's a made in China guitar, but man, they really did a fancy job on it. And it's a really good quality guitar. Everything about it is the back. Check out the backside. The backside's pretty too. It's got all the curves you want. It's really well constructed. It's basically is all the guitar you need. Stainless steel frets. I don't know if you're a guitar nerd like I am. Stainless steel frets means they'll last forever. They'll last a lot longer. I mean, they sound a little different. They feel a little different, very smooth. But stainless steel frets are typically only found on a very high-end guitars. And that's kind of why I bought this. I wanted the only guitar I have that has the stainless steel frets. They're harder than the typical metal used for frets, and therefore they're supposed to wear out. I don't know. It's musically, you're musically challenged. It's fine. I am too. People are like, well, you sound pretty good. And the thing is, I'm not talented. I just put the time in, I got, they say 10,000 hours to get a good something, and I've got like 20,000 hours playing the guitar and the piano. So anyway, tomorrow's going to be streaming again. Start around the same time I started today. I don't know what time that is in your time zone, but you can calculate it. It's 11:38 my time. I like to start a very consistent time so that people know. And every 5 days a week, except for Tuesdays and Thursdays, very consistent. It'll be flying around a Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're gonna do the big brain games in the middle segment. There'll be a short break during them. I'll play the mid roll, and then finally a musical segment tomorrow is gonna be Ken's Piano Lounge. I don't know if you're gonna enjoy that, but come by if you want. I take my piano, it's sitting there, I'll slap it down here. Yeah, that's fine. But I'm really happy you came by. It's really made my day. So yeah, I'm going to be streaming a lot. I kind of rotate the musical segments. So there's a guitar day, and then tomorrow is keyboard day. So I have this whole piano lounge act I do, and it's instrumental. I don't sing. A couple songs I sing, but mostly just playing these jazzy kind of standards. And then I have Rocksmith Bass Day, and that's why I take my bass and I play my bass alongside actual songs using the rocks. You should check it out. All the musical segments are kind of interesting and different, but I do a musical segment thing. I cheered you up a little. Well, that's all I'm here for, I guess. To cheer people up. I need a little cheer, not myself sometimes. But no, streaming cheers me up. It's really, it's just, you get a little interaction with people. I get to kind of express myself. I'm basically doing things I would do normally during the day anyway. And I did for years before I started streaming. I was playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, and obviously I didn't just pick up the guitar recently for streaming. I've been doing this my whole life, and the other musical instruments. So I'm just like, hey, well, I'll just do things I like doing, and I'll just perform them on stream, and we'll make a little package. Package into a stream, and it's been a lot of fun. So I made affiliate pretty quickly, but I'm not doing it for the money. It's purely a hobby. Anyway, I'm running low on the Diet Coke. It's getting we got some left here, but basically the stream is powered by Diet Coke. When the Diet Coke is out, the stream cannot continue. But it's still pretty good though. All right, this is my outro. You're not going to know this either. Carol Burnett show. You're not gonna. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to stay so long. And she would pull her earlobe as a signal to her grandmother. I mean, it's just, anyway. All right, see you guys next time. Am I rating anybody? I only rate somebody if they're in the music category, or if Taylor's on. I don't think Taylor's on. And she's rarely on when I'm ending, or other female streamers. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna say goodbye. So I'll see you guys next time. Ending soon. Yeah, me too. Anyway, see you guys soon. She might be on later. Florida. It's not that late in Florida.